2, 1, go.
Welcome
Welcome.
to the next episode.
Episode 6 of...
Da 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 da.
What's the name of our show again?
Sugar and the Duck.
Sugar and the Duck. All right.
Who are you?
I'm the Duck.
I hate you. He's Sugar.
I'm Sugar.
I'm the Duck, also known as Ducky.
How you doing,
This
man?
is our.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, dude.
Welcome
How
back.
are you?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to our 15 viewers. We love you
We're
guys.
averaging
You guys
like
are awesome.
20. But
Oh,
we've only been getting
wow,
15.
okay.
We got 15 on like episode 3 and 4. So
Yikes.
yeah.
I guess we need to self-promote some more.
I guess I should probably
need-
start promoting.
Yeah, you haven't. And I
haven't
don't
promoted.
want to like shove it down people's throat, but I do, you know?
Yeah, because like,
it's like
it's one thing if
it's-
like we had a following like that followed us because they found us from the podcast and like they followed our podcast Twitter. Yeah. Like, hey, check out this new episode.
But it's
we
literally
don't
just
have
like
that. It's
friends.
just like our friends that are like not watching our show.
Yeah, where I'm like, please help, please
God.
support, and I just feel like bad doing that. So I'll put a little post, a little story thing on the gram and Facebook and like Snapchat, but I don't like to like bother people with it.
Yeah, I totally understand. It feels.
But maybe
I feel bad.
maybe I'll just have to do it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna full send, just watch, and then bug people.
And then we're gonna get
and then they're gonna be like,
unfollowed like a
I don't really want to
motherfucker.
watch it. I'm gonna say, screw you. You're my friend. Support me. Force them to. No, I won't. I won't do that. But just keep grinding. Just keep grinding.
Yeah, we're out here. We out here on these streets grinding.
Out here, we'll learn to be more interesting. Have better talking points.
I think I'm pretty interesting.
I don't think I'm interesting. No, we're interesting.
I think
we're cool, right? I don't think you're interesting.
Don't think we're cool, but I think we're definitely interesting.
No,
I think you're.
no, we're not.
I think you're a little cooler than me, but I definitely think we're interesting.
I think you're pretty cool, dude.
But did you say? Hey, wait. Let's what did I just say? I said, I think you're cooler than me, and you're like, you're pretty cool.
No, that's not what I'm. That's not what I meant. Okay, never mind. I don't think I'm cooler than you. I don't know. There hasn't been like a time when being cool has been a thing for me, like
thing for either of
since
us.
High school. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I don't think being cool was really that important for either of us.
What I really love though is how much my friends here in California take to you. I already told you. I was like, I've talked about you.
We get along
to all my
so
friends.
well.
And then they finally like met you, and then we all get along really well. And I was like, I knew that this would happen. Like I knew that they would like you, and I love that it actually worked.
It's really cool because like, I think personality wise, Coop reminds me of myself, and
and I told both of you guys that you guys remind me of each other.
And
too.
Usually the people that I've met that are like me, I don't get along with them. But me and Coop get along so fucking well.
Because you guys have enough differences too. You guys aren't super alike. You guys just have some very good similarities. Your similarities are like the good thing. But then you guys are so unique on different things and opinions and hobbies
Scott,
or interests.
We might not have as much back and forth, but when we are talking about things like music
and sports, that was most recently a thing that three of us
we can just
talk
fucking
for hours.
talk. We could talk forever.
Yeah. Kind of awesome because then I'm kind of like just the third party that listens for the most part. But
because you already had these conversations with both me and Scott, and now you're watching us have this conversation. For the most part.
And I'm fine with it because it's interesting. It's just sometimes it's fun to listen.
Because you've known us both. You've known us. You've known me since like fucking 6th grade, and you've known.
Yeah, so I can also kind of tell what you guys are gonna say next.
Yeah, and you've known them for like 5 years, so.
Yep. But yeah, I'm happy.
Well, hopefully in October, and November, you'll be able to meet some of my Texas friends. I guess they're not Texas friends. But
Te-
my other friends,
Your friends
my
from
friends from
when you
outside of
lived in
Washington.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we met in Texas, but like Christian claims Florida.
friends that you got in Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
There, there you go. That
And
works.
Taylor is from Bremerton, so it's like he's very. If I called him a Texas boy, he would
So,
be very pissed. He would not be happy.
so he's basically one of us. That's crazy. He grew up like 20 minutes away from us.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
And
talk about that all the
we
time.
never knew.
Is it we
Yeah, I
actually
bet.
we have like so many Facebook friends in common, and like he
That's funny.
I was hanging when he was married. I was hanging out with him and his him. I was at his wife's like not his daughter's birthday, and his wife.
His wife's baby's birthday.
Shut up.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's still his baby.
description better.
I'm having I'm having an aneurysm. Okay, trying to think about this day.
Yeah, I get those too. It happened to me earlier.
Yeah. So we were talking. Oh, we are at this party, baby's birthday party, and his wife at the time, his ex-wife, took a picture of us,
Mhm.
took a picture of all of us, and posted on her Snapchat story. And Jamie Hubling was like, "Is that fucking Elijah Kaneni?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How the fuck do you know? Why are you guys all in
That's
Texas?"
awesome.
I was like, "Oh, you know Jamie? Oh yeah, yeah, she's cool. I like her."
Oh, you know, Jave. That's actually so wild. Oh, I actually kind of love like just kind of like relating to somebody that you've like never known, but then they, yeah, know people that you know, and then you're like, holy shit, it's a small world after all.
Yeah, especially
'Cause
when
that
I'm in
that
fucking Texas, like of all
yeah,
places.
like that line always goes down to when you meet someone
Small world.
that like, yeah, wasn't that far away from you, and they know people you know, and they're like, "Ooh, small world." But it's like you have to say that because you really do think that. You're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, dude, I can't believe you know this guy and I know this guy, but we don't know each other. And yeah, it's kind of cool
Oh yeah, so many
to
people.
see that. I know, I have a friend that went to a high school in Central Washington, and he wrestled. And I can't remember the team, but like I'm pretty sure he knows our high school. So he's like been to tournaments that we've been there.
That's super.
And so that's just like kind of crazy. And I think we graduated around the same time. I'm like, dude, we might have seen each other on the mat. We might have actually wrestled. I can't remember his weight class, but it's crazy.
It's funny because
It's,
like especially with Taylor, he got at a baseball game. He got in a fight with Marshad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way.
hilarious because they played against each other, and he was a pitcher.
How big is Taylor?
Fucking big, dude.
Oh, really?
He's
Because Marshad is
oh no, yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah, no,
crazy
yeah. They
too, so
it got
it's
broken
like-
up. It got broken up, but like Taylor is like 6'4", 240 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big.
I don't know. That
big
that
boy.
seems like a pretty even fight.
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
I
no,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah, they got broken up. I wouldn't declare a winner, but they just threw
Yeah.
hands for a little
No,
bit. And they
no
got
one
broken
got
up.
rocked.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That's so wild, dude. He knows a bunch of people that
Oh
we
yeah,
know. Then
he knew my brother-in-law. Like
really,
Connor, yeah, he knew Connor. He's like, oh yeah, because he played baseball. He might have played on the same team at one point, but probably against him for the most part.
dude. If he fought Marshad, then he probably knows a bunch of people that I know because I played baseball.
Oh no,
So he
I think
probably
him and
knows.
Marshall are still pretty cool. I think they just got in heat in a game. They were playing against each
Yeah,
other.
no, dude, that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty
That
sure
happens.
I'm pretty sure they're chill with each other. But he's
no,
like, man,
but what I mean is like he knows he's got to know other ball players too.
oh
and
yeah,
I
for
know
sure,
a lot
for
of
sure.
people. That's wow. Now I really want to meet him. I think we're gonna fucking reminisce hard. And I think my mind's just gonna explode when I meet him. And I'm like,
Dude,
oh my
my
God,
mind
you know
exploded
this guy
because
and
it's
this
funny
guy?
because when I met him, when I got to Texas, when I got to Texas, someone asked me where I was from, and I was like, I'm from Washington. And they're like, where? And I was like, Seattle. And they're like, where are you really from? And I was like,
Where are you really from?
Bremerton. I just said Bremerton because it was like, it's
I
some
say it too.
yeah, some people
'Cause
like
that's a little bit more known.
that's a little bit more known. I could have said Tacoma, but I was like Bremerton. And then like 10 minutes later, just this fucking animal throwing through the sea of people. He's like, "Was it you?" I was like,
Was
"What?"
it
And
you?
he's like, "My boy just told me one of you said you're from Bremerton," and I was like, "That was me." He's like, "You're not from Bremerton." I was like, "I'm not." I was like, "I'm
I'm
from Port
not.
Orchard," and he's like, "You're from Port Orchard," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "What was your high school mascot?" I was like, "The Wolves." He was like, "What was mine?" I was like, "Where did you go?" And he's like, "Bremerton." I was like, "Oh, you're from Bremerton? You were the Knights." And
The fucking Knights.
he's like, "Holy shit, you're from Port Orchard." We just started talking,
Oh,
and it's funny because his dad graduated from South. So I
Oh.
remember I met his dad one time because his dad came to visit us. You know, I hung out with him every fucking day in Texas, and his mom and his dad came to visit us, and he's like, "So where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, you know, I just grew up in this small town called Port Orchard," and he was like, his like eyes lit up. He's like, "What?"
Oh, that's so cool.
He's like, "You're from Port Orchard?"
Oh my god, man. South Kitsap alumni right here, bro.
Yeah, I barely graduated and I didn't
Wow.
walk, but yeah, alumni.
Well, you still graduated.
Yeah, I still graduated.
The walk wasn't that special.
Dude, yeah, I was
I was
actually,
a little bit. It was nice. It felt good.
dude,
But
I was there for like 3 hours watching all of you guys walk. For those who don't
oh yeah, I do remember that.
for those who don't know, we went to the second biggest high school in Washington State. So our
No, it was the biggest.
was it? I thought there was a private school that was bigger.
No, we're the biggest.
Yeah,
Well, we're the biggest public school if there's a private school. But.
Yeah, so our graduating class, our class size was about 1,000, but our graduating class was about 700. And it was just like,
You're off, buddy.
what is it?
Our graduating class was like, or no, our class was like 1,200. And our graduating class was like 1,000.
Oh, I was off. Okay.
We had
Still.
over 1,000 people walking.
Boy, that shit was long.
Every year.
We have to rent out the fucking Tacoma Dome. That's how big the graduation is. It's ridiculous. And man,
And let's see, what's a good comparison to the Tacoma Dome? The Mercedes Dome for the
literally a sporting arena.
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, literally a sporting arena.
You know,
they had to rent out a fucking arena to do our graduation.
a giant ass one where they do motocross and shit. You know,
Monday.
Monday.
Come watch the
For
ass
one night
blaster
only.
destroy. Yeah.
Never got to go to one of those. I always wanted to.
Never been to one.
They had it all the time at the Tacoma Dome too.
That was the only place they had it. Where else did they fucking have it?
Yeah, I get it. Well, I mean, you know, CenturyLink or Quest is what I want to call it. Screw Seattle for changing their cool stadium names to dumb stuff. T-Mobile Park, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't want to get into that right now. Whatever. Embrace it.
Well, I have T-Mobile, so I've always wanted to go to T-Mobile Park because I heard you get actually pretty good signal there. Like they give out free Wi-Fi for anyone who was on T-Mobile. And I'm like,
It's still dumb.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb. Because like I'm at a ball game, I'm not there to fucking play on my phone.
I think it was Adam. We were talking about it getting changed to T-Mobile Park, but then we were like thinking of a cool nickname. So I don't know if it's ever gonna catch on, but calling it T-Mob.
T-Mob. No, that's never gonna catch on.
T-Mob. It sounds dumb, but
let's go to T-Mob, bro.
Would you rather say T-Mob or T-Mobile Park?
No, I'd rather say let's go to the ball game. You want to go to the ball game?
Then they say, what ball game?
The fucking only ball game if it's in the middle of baseball season.
Really? I can name two.
Okay.
Pretty big ones.
Football and...
Tacoma Rainiers, Seattle Mariners. Rainiers, bro, don't forget about them. They're actually a really good AAA team, too.
Okay.
And the tickets are cheap. The games are fun.
Most baseball tickets
like
are
you can go to
cheap.
They're always fun, but like even that one, because they're like so much cheaper, you can get like all you can eat tickets where you go to like a buffet too for like $50 or something.
Dude, it sounds like it's gonna destroy my stomach. It sounds like I'm gonna fuck
awesome,
my toilet.
Because they got those big ass hot dogs and shit, and those fries. It's fun though. It's really fun. And then you know, at a AAA game, you're a lot closer to the game itself.
Oh yeah.
So you're a little bit more involved. And then, bless the Mariners, but you know, sometimes it's more fun to see a winning team, and the Rainiers are typically more of a winning team.
hmm That's
Yeah.
like
The Mariners. I hate it because they've been coming like this close for the past like 3 years.
what's
Like
the
this close, where your hopes are so high, and you're like, yo, we just gotta win. These get this game, and then we lose lose them all. And it's like, I remember, I think it was a couple years ago, the Mariners had like the best record going into the All-Star break. They had a winning record, and they were doing phenomenal. And then they pissed it away after the All-Star break. They just had to, just win a few more, and nope. So I haven't been to the playoffs in years, since like 2001 or
you
some
know
shit like that.
sports that I only really follow. I want to get in more into sports, but I literally just can't do with baseball. I heard baseball's more fun in
Yeah,
person. I heard
I'm
baseball's
sorry.
way more
Yeah,
fun in
I'm talking a
person.
lot about baseball, and you're not the
Well,
big
that's
baseball.
fine, bro. That's totally fine. I feel
Yeah.
for you, bro. But like I follow, like I know you know this, but like I follow. I like football. I'm trying to get more into basketball.
I am, thanks to
And
Gotti
yeah, 2K.
and 2K and The Last Dance, because that's a really good documentary which you
hmm
still haven't watched. Watch it. The last episode just aired too, so you can binge watch all 10 episodes. It's really cool.
Maybe I will
And you can
after I
get more
get
into basketball.
once I get through Thriller Bark and One Piece. I'll binge it.
Well, you need to hurry up and watch it so then I can talk to you about it. I don't want to be the only one talking about
Dude, you
it
know how much
because
shit I have on my plate for like to watch?
yeah, no,
I have
okay, I'm
so
sorry.
much shit,
You're
bro.
right.
Me and my wife are
You're right.
watching Paranoia Agent, which is a really cool anime. Um, uh, I'm reading One Piece, and I'm like 500 chapters behind. Uh, 590 actually.
You can do it though. I know you can do it. I believe in
Um,
you.
I just
I support
downloaded.
you.
I just got.
But
I just
I'm gonna keep adding to your plate.
purchased. I just purchased season 1 through 6 of the Clone Wars.
Purchased? Oh, okay. I was about to be like, kind of like, why, but also kind of happy because you're supporting Star Wars. But also, never mind. I don't want to talk about Star
And for
Wars right
everyone at
now.
home, I am not
Yeah.
really a Star Wars guy. I like the original trilogy. The prequels are all right. I'm not a fan of
Don't talk
the
about the
new
new
three.
ones.
Not
I
a
don't. I
fan
don't
at
want to
all.
get too much into it right now. Maybe after you watch the Clone Wars, but I'm just gonna say on record, I'm not a fan of the new trilogy.
And that's from a Star Wars fanboy. Um, from a
But the
non-Star Wars
Clone Wars,
fanboy,
the,
I didn't really like him that much either. I, I
I'm
just
telling you, the end of Clone Wars put a Band-Aid on that wound, and it's really good. I think you would like it, even not being a big Star Wars fan. And I think it would help you like it a little more. I don't expect you or want you to become like a big fanboy like me, but then you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? It's not bad. Not including the new trilogy, of course, but now I like the prequels a little more because I understand a little bit more because this goes in depth in that. Whatever.
I
But
the thing is, I don't think I can like the prequels any more than I do. Cause like I guess I can appreciate it more if I watch the Clone Wars, because you know the Clone Wars can't fix the issues I have with the prequels. They can make me appreciate some of the story
yeah,
writing, but it can't fix the issues
I
that I
feel
have.
like your issues with the prequels are more critique wise too.
Yeah, it's more of like the cringy acting,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
the
you told me
overuse of
about it. It's
CGI.
not
Yeah,
necessarily the actual story itself.
yeah.
I think there's a few things that you pointed out that you didn't like, but for the most part,
The story's
yeah,
fine.
it's
Like
not
it's a
something
Star
that
Wars story. It's not. I don't expect fucking masterpiece writing from Star Wars. It's acceptable.
I mean, I thought it was pretty awesome
Yeah, I think it's a
when
very acceptable story.
when the biggest bad guy was basically
The president.
for lack of a better term, the president of the galaxy, and they were told that, and then nobody believed them, and they're like, "We need to find this bad guy," and then somebody's like, "Hey, he's right here." They're like, "Nah." No, there's no way that he could be that guy.
You should
There's no
read
way.
JoJo's Part 7.
Dude, just let me I
Uh,
got a big plate too, bro.
I know,
Okay,
no. That's
not be
just
big, but
the villain.
I'm getting there.
Is
I'm getting there.
spoilers. The villain is the president. Uh,
All right, cool. Fair enough.
Anyway, though, like I was saying, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I can appreciate some Star Wars stuff. You know, I watched like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian. I need to finish that. I thought it was pretty good.
Mandalorian is really good.
I never saw Rogue One, but I've heard very mixed reviews. People either really like it or they thought it was eh. But I didn't really hear bad things about it.
I thought they did fine.
I didn't hear bad things. I heard okay or really good. That's all. So mostly positive things. Mostly positive. I did not hear a single positive thing about Solo. What's the reverse of nitpicking?
Just being blissfully ignorant. Just going explosions. That was fun.
No. Blissfully ignorant, I think, is a better term, because that anyone that said they like will have any praises for Solo, I felt like they were nitpicking the positives. They were they're like, well, there was this thing. It was pretty cool. There was lasers.
Nah. I paused. I didn't make any response because I don't really want to talk about Solo. It's weird. I have mixed feelings about it because when I initially watched it, I was kind of like, all right, it's all right. But then it was just one of those movies, like the more I thought about it, and then I think I saw at least parts of it again, I was just kind of like, no, you're doing them wrong. Nah. So I just started to like it less. And I think maybe it's because it's Star Wars, so I wanted to like it. But then the more I let it fester, the more I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I totally.
If it was just a movie, if it was just a sci-fi movie in it of itself that wasn't in the Star Wars universe, it would actually be probably pretty fine. You know.
So what's funny is that reminds me almost identically of, like, I know you've never seen Fully Cooley. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I love it. It's my second favorite show of all time, actually, specifically. It's 6 episodes long. It's fucking incredible. But you won't understand it until you watch it like at least 3 times. So it doesn't make any sense on your first viewing. And then once you rewatch it, you're like, oh shit. A lot of people, the negatives they say about that show is that it doesn't have a plot and it's just a string of music videos tied together by really good music. The music is incredible. And it all feels like music videos. It feels like you're watching like a 3-hour music video with very loose plot tying it together, which, to be honest, it basically was. But as you start watching and understanding the plot, like
so it's like Interstellar 555.
Yeah. Except it's not like there is,
there's dialogue.
There is dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. It's my favorite. It's my second favorite show of all time.
Okay.
It's a really
if it is similar to Interstellar, I actually did like that.
It is nothing like Interstellar
movie. Well, you said like similar thing with like good music, but then they just add a story to the music. Never mind. You're right. It probably isn't anything like it because I don't think.
But it's I could talk about it for hours about why I think it's so great. But that came out in like either 1999 or 2001 or 2000. Somewhere between 1999 and 2001. That's when it came out. It's brilliant. I think it's a masterpiece. In 2018 or 19, they made a season 2 and a season 3 with none of the same writing staff, none of the same animation staff or directing staff.
Oh no.
The music was the same though, because like the music was all done by one band, and they kept the same band to make all the music for season 2 and season 3. And I wanted to like it, dude. I went in with I was sitting there. I was like, we don't really need a season 2 and 3. Like it ended off really well. Like it did a really good point, and then it's just like, Why? Why did? As I was
Why?
watching, I was like,
Why?
okay, pillows. I like the pillows. They're good music. That's good music. And I'm just like, it felt like someone who had saw the show and saw the iconic moments from the show and listened to the music and like the aesthetic of the show. It was like, I could do this, but without understanding the general, like the really deep nuances of what made the first season so great. It's like they really um like in the first season, there's a character, Haruko. She's trying to get Atomos, I think is the name of the character, the villain is. She's trying to resurrect Atomos to steal his power. And jokingly, she's
Hey,
alive.
side note, time out. I don't know if it's you're getting affected by it, but your mouth and voice is
Oh.
way off.
Oh.
Wait, talk again.
Oh.
No, no, talk. Don't just move
Okay.
your
Oh,
lips.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
Okay, I think it's better. It was like doing it was making weird noises,
Oh,
and
it
then
might
all of
be.
a sudden, you were
We'll
like a
watch it
whole
on the
second
rerun.
off.
We'll watch it on the rerun. You know what I'm saying? See if
Okay,
it.
yeah. Hopefully it's not fucked up. Um,
Anyway,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I
yeah,
interrupted.
she's like
I'm gonna have to interrupt again in like
she's
2 minutes, but go.
she's a
Finish.
she's the whole thing is she's lying. The whole show she's lying. Spoiler. She's lying about everything she says, but she's not lying, and she wants to resurrect Atomos, and so she can steal his power. But at one point, she says she's in love with him. She's a liar. She's only saying that to kind of to trick everyone else. And then in season 2 and season 3, she's in love, like genuinely in love with him, and they're former lovers.
Oh,
And I'm like, no,
oh,
it was a lie. Why are you making it a real thing?
she lied about lying, but that's just bad writing.
Yeah, she lied. No, she lied about being in love with him because she wasn't actually in love with him. She just wanted to steal his power. And then in season 2 and season
Exactly.
3,
In season
they
2
were
or 3,
like,
she's
"Oh,
like,
she said
no.
she loved him, so let's make them former lovers." I'm like, "No, you didn't understand it."
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah.
I was like, "They weren't lovers.
Yeah.
She was lying about loving him. She made that up."
Okay.
How did you not understand that? I'm a viewer and I understood that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for explaining the whole show to me, though. I don't have to watch it now.
You.
That was a good
That's
little
not even.
tangent.
That's not even an eighth of what the show is about.
I know. It's just kind of funny. I just realized I'm just like sitting here just
That was like a 5-minute tangent.
because I've never seen the show. And
Like I'm
just
saying,
mhm.
like I'm saying, it's very similar to. I know you. I heard you complaining about like how they actually showed the Kessel Run.
Oh yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like-
I don't want to talk about it right.
Yeah,
I'm not ready.
how you felt about Solo is how I felt about like season 2 and
Yeah.
season 3 of.
They just did things they didn't need to do. It's like you didn't have to do this. We already thought Solo was cool. You didn't have to show us how he became cool, because one of the reasons he was cool is because we didn't know the Kessel Run was such like a what the fuck is that? It's a unit of distance, not time. How could he do it in the 12 parsecs? This makes no, and then you can drum up theories and like things and all this like, oh, how did he do this? How did he become so cool? I don't know, but that's dope. The mystery.
The
We
thing
talked about this earlier.
is,
The mystery of certain characters is what makes it.
you
makes them great.
you can do that good. Give a backstory to a cool character, but the thing is,
You can, but they didn't do that.
nobody wants to see them
me.
becoming cool. People want to see them cool from the start. Like think about Kakashi from Naruto. That dude was born
Yeah,
cool. When did he not have
yeah,
a cool moment in his flashbacks? He was
born
born
awesome.
cool. Yeah, he was born
Yeah.
quiet and badass.
Yeah.
And like, oh, he's a badass because he was raised by badass. Okay, that's all
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah, and it's a little different with like certain things. You just can't like show someone cool and like look how dope he is, and then they show you how they became cool. But if you start like that, it's a little different. Like obviously like Spider-Man, that's the easiest thing. His origin story is how he became cool, but they started there. And then took off from there. But now with the new Spider-Man, we've already seen his origin twice.
Yeah,
We had to bear with
he's
it
already Spider-Man.
fucking time. And so they're like, you know what? Fuck the origin. You guys know he's cool. You guys know what happened to him. Bam. Here's him just being Spider-Man, and now we're gonna show him become not cool, but like we're gonna show him mature, and then that's how you do it. So
Dude,
I agree with you. Or like when somebody's already great, just you don't have to show us how they became great.
you know what movie I
Because
have beef with?
what?
Deadpool.
Which one?
The first one. I guess the second one's all right. Um,
You didn't really like the first one?
the thing is I do like it, but I have major
Yeah.
issues with it.
Really?
Yeah, so like I'm gonna go into full like
I
asshole
was gonna say, should we
critic
go into
mode.
detail?
Well, I'm gonna go in
Oh,
full asshole critic mode.
well, before we start this, I do notice you like to critique movies and shows, other than just like into the. Before we get into it, did you said you liked Deadpool,
I
so it
did
was
like
still like,
Deadpool.
good to you.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
But then I just like sometimes think you like to dig for extra stuff that, in a sense, could almost like ruin something for you. But then again,
That's just how my
that's
brain works, bro. I'm sorry.
yeah.
like
And I guess my brain works a little bit differently, whereas like I can get into that nitty gritty, but then sometimes I'm like, you know what? Did I enjoy it? Yes. That's mostly with music too,
well,
where it's
I
like I will actually know a song's this song's not that good, but I can still jam to it. So I like it. I'm not saying it's good, but I can still like not good songs. And before we start, okay, Deadpool, I want to hear about it. Let's take a quick intermission. I need to go get my food. It just got delivered
okay,
by
we'll take
Uber.
an intermission.
Think of tell them about our sponsors or
I'm just
cut
gonna
this out or
pause it. I'm
something.
just gonna pause it.
Wait.
And we're back.
Glad to be back.
Sorry about that. Anyway,
The food was delicious though. Well, I didn't eat all of it, but I just
see, you were gone for
threw
like
back
3 minutes.
as much as like, dude.
That's
I
like-
tried to eat that shit as fast. I got a good chunk of that food down, but I was like, I just need to quickly get some stuff in my belly. Like I haven't eaten yet.
Mhm.
Just
Dude, I just went to
just
McDonald's.
shoveled
Like,
back. Dude, I can either eat super fast. No, it's usually like super fast. My coworkers, when I eat lunch, sometimes I'm like done like 10 minutes before them, and they're like, "Why do you eat so fast?" I'm like, well, when I get hungry, I just throw it back. I mix my food too, so then it
dude, I
just
literally
slides right in.
had
They
McDonald's
call me the
today
vacuum, you know.
because like it's like one of the few restaurants that's open around here. And I texted my neighbor. I was like, "Hey man, you trying to get McDonald's?" He's like, "Fuck yes." He's like, "Thank God." I was like, "What?" He's like,
Thank God.
He's like, "I was debating on what I wanted to cook, and I really just felt lazy." He's like, "I'm so happy you texted me." I was like, "Well, perfect timing because I'm feeling super
hilarious.
lazy too."
It happens with me and my roommate a lot because sometimes I'm like, I want to cook, but I don't want to clean after I cook because I already got a pile of dishes. Then my roommate will come out of his room. He's like, "Hey, I'm ordering food. What do you want? Anything?" I'm like, "Ah, thank God."
Thank God. Dude, I just did.
Yes, I do.
I just did a ton of. I didn't do dishes for like a week, and fuck, man, I spent like an hour just doing dishes and cleaning my sink.
Jesus, yeah.
It felt
don't let
super
it go.
good. It felt super good cleaning my sink after that, but like at the same time, I fucking hate doing dishes.
I hate doing dishes. Doing dishes and folding laundry. Number one worst like chores just
Dude,
ever.
that was like
and
the
I don't
worst
even
thing.
know why. They're not even that bad.
Because
But
when I was in
just hate it.
Texas, I had a dishwasher, and then when I got back here to Japan, I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah, my
we
old
got a
apartment, I had a
fucking
dishwasher too.
dishwasher.
And it was super simple too, because I would clean my dishes, and then I would use all those dishes in the dishwasher and dirty them up, and then I just put them back in the dishwasher, so I never really had to put them away. But now I have to, put everything on a drying rack, then put it away. Then
Mm-hmm.
dishes suck. Fuck you, dishes.
Yeah, fucking.
Clean
Fucking-
yourself. And laundry, fold yourself. Fuck you.
I literally never fold any of my laundry. All my shirts are wrinkly as fuck.
That's
I
why
throw my shit into like. I just throw my shit into the drawers.
in order to make it like not too wrinkly, I don't leave it in like the hamper as soon as it's done drying. I just spread it out on my bed. Pretty much. So then I'm like, okay, it's not gonna get super wrinkly. I'm just gonna spread the
Well,
laundry.
if I'm
and then I'll
worried
just
about
pick
wrinkles,
them
I'll
back.
literally just throw it in the dryer for like 5 minutes.
I now I have an on-site washer and dryer. I don't have an in-house anymore. So I have to,
So that
go
was
and then I got
I had to go to
me.
the laundromat quite a few. My apartment in Texas, we didn't have washer and dryer, but we had a laundromat in the apartment
Yeah.
complex, and I was
The
like,
on-site's not bad, but like in-house is just so much nicer. But you got to pay a hefty penny more just for that.
mm-hmm.
Which sometimes I
Yeah,
wish I did, but
yeah. We're looking into renting
next time.
houses for when I get back to Texas. And my buddy's like, "Why do you want to rent a house?" I'm like, "Cause I don't want a
Yeah,
fucking
buy one,
apartment
dude.
anymore.
Go
I
buy
don't.
a house, dog.
I move too much to buy a house right now. I'll maybe buy a house in a few
And
years.
then you rent it out.
That's such a handful, bro. That is
Dude,
like
that's how
I
you
have a
make
couple.
money.
The thing is, I have a few friends that do that, and they're like, "Dude, you don't make fucking dick for money."
It's easier in California
Mm.
because you can charge a lot and people will still live there
Yeah, you can't charge a lot in
because it's
Texas.
California.
Because he's like,
Yeah,
dude, some
that's
shit.
that's the one thing I can kind of see.
Yeah, because he's like, dude, some
Like,
shit breaks and you're not fucking there. You have to pay. He's like, you have to pay someone to go out there and do it. He's like, then you got to pay him. And he's like, where's that money coming from? Your fucking pocket. I was like, ah, yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, yeah,
I thought
it's I
I
guess
thought this over
it's
long
different in
and hard.
California.
I
Hmm.
thought this over long and
Yeah,
hard, but
Texas, I could see that being a little harder to rent stuff out, but
yeah.
if
So,
you
but
ever
I
get a
am.
place in California,
I'm gonna
you
rent.
could rent that.
I'm definitely gonna. I can't afford a place in California. You know, how fucking expensive a place in California is. That shit is
Yeah,
so expensive.
yeah.
Buying property in
You
California is ridiculous. It's absurd.
can get that loan, bro. I believe in you.
You know what fucked the housing
You
market
know,
up too?
put on that nice suit and tie.
You know what fucked up that housing market? Airbnbs.
Oh yeah.
Airbnbs are tight because like oh I got a spare room I can rent it out but then like people like landlords were like oh shit it's like they started buying land up like crazy and like all right
Yeah.
there's so many empty apartments in California that are just Airbnbs like that's crazy they're just empty apartments and then you can't afford to rent it out because someone's willing they jack the prices up and you're not willing to pay those prices but someone is just to rent out an Airbnb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that
It's
that
wild,
that
but
fucks.
Airbnb is also dope.
Yeah, Airbnb's tight, but like, and even the guys who made Airbnb, they don't like that. They hate that shit. They people that are abusing the system to make a ton of
Yeah.
money. And it's like, it was meant for like renting out a spare room or you go on vacation. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
It's
what it
meant
was.
for like
That's what
your
the
summer
spirit
home.
the spirit of the app I love, but how the app is actually used is so fucking shitty. That's such
Yeah.
a
I could totally see that. Which sucks, but it's the world we live in.
people always learn.
Anything's
People always try to.
exploited.
People always ruin things you love. People always ruin things. Oh
I
yeah.
was trying to grab the water, but like, nah, look, never mind. Anyways, before our quick um food vacuuming intermission, Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool.
You
That's
said
right.
you didn't.
It's just
You have
like
beef with it.
I have a kind of beef with that movie. Is it like it's just a superhero movie? There's literally nothing special about it. It's a superhero movie where they curse.
So you had beef with the hype
With with the
that
no.
received,
The
or
problem
with
is it's a fine movie. It's a fine superhero movie. I don't have any problem with it. But it's like it's trying to present itself as like this subversion, this parody.
it's a love story. Remember he says it in the movie. It's a love story. But you don't like that. It's a
No,
superhero movie.
it's
Not a
not.
love story.
It's not even a love story. It's a superhero movie. It's an origin
I know.
story.
I know that was the joke that was made in the movie. Never mind.
Yeah, but it is a generic by the numbers superhero movie where they curse more. Like
You know. See, this is where I think you're like critiquing, at least just from my standpoint. I just saw it as a superhero. Like literally what you said. I was like, yeah, this is a superhero where
yeah,
they
but
curse
what
and like
how it was
Deadpool
advertised and like people how people talk about it is it's like this big like it was like this it was a subversion of superhero movies and it's not. It's just a regular superhero movie.
I've never heard of people talk about it like that.
I have.
Who are you talking to?
They're like it's this They say it's
Well, I
like
can see how you have
they
beef with
say
that
it's a
too. Because it is.
parody. They
Because I
say
agree with you. It's definitely just a superhero movie
and they say
with
it's a
Deadpool.
parody of superhero movies. It's not. It's literally just a superhero movie.
Who the fuck is saying all this?
A
Am
few
I
people,
just oblivious?
people
Or
in the
is it?
superhero
Is it?
community, you know.
There's a lot of people saying
But
that.
in the comics, though, I agree, are very much subversion of superhero stories. I think they're a really good parody of what superhero comic books are. And like The Boys is a subversion of superheroes. You know, that is a
Ugh,
subversion. That's a good fucking show. Oh,
I'm
did we
happy you
talk
got
about The
that
Boys
off.
last time? I don't think we
I
did.
can't remember. I don't know.
I don't think we talked about The Boys.
I'm just happy. I'm really happy you watched it.
The
I'm
Boys.
happy my friends got me into it.
Ooh, The Boys was tight. Well, the problem was at my work, everyone was shoving it down my throat, and that will make
Yeah.
me not want to watch something.
And the great part is that was just casually mentioned to me.
Yeah, see that
My buddy was just like, "Hey, you should watch The Boys," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been looking for someone to watch." And then I was like, "Holy shit, this is really good. Why is so casual about it?" Like, yeah, it's good.
yeah, I was in Europe for like 4 months, and everyone I worked with was like, "Dude, you have to see The Boys. It's the greatest thing that ever happened." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I think I'm
Jesus.
just gonna keep watching anime, bro." Like,
No, yeah, that would happen to me too if somebody shoved it down my throat.
dude,
But it
everyone
wasn't.
I worked with, they were
Then
like,
I was like, God damn, this is toy.
"Dude,
You know it's
it was
type. You
fucking
know it's type. Do I want to spoil it for people at the beginning? You just know it's tight when the beginning takes a huge left turn in the first 5 minutes.
super hard left turn." Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Giant left turn, and it was that's when I got hooked pretty quickly because I was like, holy shit, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. This is like you said, it's not your typical superhero movie show at all.
Yeah, it's a
It's on Amazon
really
Prime.
well subversion
People
of
you should watch
expectation.
it.
It
Yeah.
it takes very big inspiration from Watchmen, but
I could definitely see that.
it's way less.
It's a lighter take
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say it's significantly less serious than Watchmen.
Yeah,
Watchmen
but
is
still serious.
very heavily social critique. The Boys is not by any means a social critique. It's just a critique on superheroes, but
Yeah.
that is
Superheroes.
yeah,
It's
no,
a different like viewpoint of
I like it a lot,
Yeah.
because yeah, like Homelander has just fucking just
Yeah.
fuck.
No, what's really cool is also to me it also looked like it drew inspiration from the Injustice storyline.
Yeah, I
Kind
like
of,
the Injustice story.
you know, with Homelander and he's basically Superman. He's not basic. He is Superman. He's just called Homelander, you know?
Yeah,
And I thought that was really cool. It's like they're kind of doing a little bit of an Injustice thing here, which is super cool because that's a really good story too.
which
And it's kind of see like, oh, what if Superman was a fucking tyrant? Here you
which
go.
is my least favorite versions of Superman. Like the Superman from Batman v Superman. I hate that Superman. The Boy Scout
Yeah.
All American Superman. No, I like the does what's right because it's right, not because the government said so, and doesn't like the government that much Superman. I like that Superman
Mhm.
more than the Boy Scout All American Superman. Which, to be fair, you know, he does like America a lot as his favorite country, but
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, also like Superman, where he's like, you know what? I've had the last straw. I'm gonna take over the world. It's kind of
The
it's kind of
Injustice.
cool. It was cool to see that in the Injustice, where he's just like, that's it. I'm
Did
sick of
you
everybody's shit.
did you watch?
I'm in charge,
Did you watch
and
Red
nobody
Sun?
can stop him. Huh?
Did you watch
What?
Red Sun?
You're break. What?
Did I break up?
Okay. You're breaking up with me?
I'm trying to ask you a
What?
question. Have you seen Red Sun?
No, that's the communist
Yeah,
Batman, Superman, and
that's
stuff,
when
right? No, I have not.
Superman was landed in Russia. I haven't seen
Is
it
it an
either.
animated movie? too?
Yeah, there's a movie to it. I love the DC animated movies. They're fucking
Yeah, dude.
amazing.
They're on top with that. They're on top of that shit. DC knows what they're doing when it comes to animated movies. But then they switch over to live action, and then
They're like,
I think my favorite meme was like they just showed DC writing their DCEU or whatever you
and it's
call it,
like the
and
council.
it's a bunch of kids with crowns, you
Yeah.
know,
I
drawing
like
pictures, and like that's
the
the
gif.
DC
I love
writing
the
like
gif
the
of
crew.
Vector rubbing his ass on the keyboard. That's one of my favorite. Like Disney,
That's
it's
kind
like
of
Disney
funny
writing
too.
superhero movies, and it's like the council. They're all sitting there
Yeah, a bunch
talking
of
about it,
people
and then it's just
talking
like them writing Star
and
Wars movies, and they're
suits.
rubbing their ass with the fucking keyboard. I've never seen Despicable Me. I saw the first one. I didn't see the Minions movie. I didn't see the third one. I never saw any of them, but I know Vector from all the fucking memes. Like Get Vectored is one of my favorite fucking
Yeah,
memes.
yeah.
Vector,
Think I've only
I think I want
a
to
second.
watch the fucking Despicable Me trilogy just to see Vector.
You know, it's honestly not that bad.
I'm sure it's
I
fine.
enjoyed it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably really
You know,
good family comedy, but
um
the minions are so fucking cringy.
cringy and annoying, and I hate how big they got. It just made it worse.
And
You know, I
it
remember
was
maybe that's why they
it
are
only got
cringy.
big with children and Facebook moms.
Pretty much.
I love the minion the minion memes that are made by actual meme lords, that are making fun of the minion memes.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite type of memes. Favorite type of minion memes, I should say. But
Minion
it
memes.
it draws on that line as like, is this real? This could be real.
Is this real?
Like, I'm not sure where this falls on satire or
Yeah.
reality. It's like,
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a lot of minion memes.
I'm deep on the memes, on the deep memes.
Of course. Real meme lord over here.
I'm not
I'm
a
like
meme lord.
You're
a shit poster.
you're like a meme lord. I'm like a meme knight. You know.
So I own land, is what you're saying. The difference
You
between me
own
and you is I own land.
no, knights own land too, but it's granted from their lords. You know. Then you send me memes. So you own, you got the memes, and then you send them to me, and then I don't know.
I
Yeah.
get so happy. You know what's funny is I don't send memes in that group chat, and I get really happy when I see the similar style of memes that I reserved. I'm like, I can send these now.
Oh, and then you're like, okay,
I'm
here we
afraid
go.
because I have some real like weird, like deep level memes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some deep fried memes that like, or like just some like 10th like level, like some fucking real deep memes.
Just some deep memes.
Yeah, that
deep memes.
I'm afraid you guys won't get. And so it's like I'm gonna
And
get
you see
judged,
something similar,
and I'm like,
and you're
I
like,
can
okay,
send it.
perfect.
I can
Yeah.
send it. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. That
I
is
like
kinda
that.
funny. I have seen you do reply.
Yeah,
You
I
hit
don't.
back with memes a lot.
I don't.
Wait,
I
wait
hold.
for somebody.
I wait for someone to put a meme first. I'm like, okay, I can send this meme now.
Okay, they're ready.
Yeah.
The knights are ready for more.
It made me happy when Coop said he's seen JoJo's. So I'm like, okay, now
JoJo meme.
Yeah, I'm like
JoJo
now
meme.
3 out of
Send
4 of
some-
us can understand these memes.
Yeah.
sorry, Scott.
Sorry, buddy.
Who was originally in the
Watch
group chat? Because the group chat is of 5 people, and one person is just
Um,
an unknown user.
Our buddy Jones,
Oh, he passed away.
and then
R.I.P.
I
dog.
think he deleted Facebook. Apparently, if you delete Facebook, you're just dead to everyone, right?
Yeah.
He just deleted Facebook, so he's just not in the meme chat anymore, and that's why it's just like blank picture. So yeah.
Dude,
That's all.
did you see?
And
oh,
wait a
sorry.
second. No, you go. My thought train and then me trying to say it didn't mesh, so now I don't know what I'm saying. So you go. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Did you see the Cody Co make the Chip song?
The chimp or
The
chip?
Chip song.
Chip?
Yeah,
Chip song.
because the
No, how
in the-
recent is it?
pretty recent. But in the podcast, they were
Mhm.
talking about the government installing chips in people. You know, some real
Oh, and he
conspiracy
made a
theory.
song from that.
And he made a there was like, how funny would it be if like there was like propaganda songs about it, and they're having like all these like TikTok influencers doing a dance for getting the chip, and then Cody
Oh
Ko
yeah.
made a song about it, and they played it in the podcast, and he's like, we can make it better. So he did a live stream of him like people writing lyrics for it, and he made it like 2 3 minute long, and then he played it again on the podcast, and
Okay.
it
Which pod
is
is it? The one,
pretty recent ones,
the free one, or is it the one that you have to go on
free ones.
Patreon?
I don't. Sorry guys,
Okay.
I don't. I support
Great.
Noel Miller on Twitch. I'm subscribed to him, but I think that's about it.
Subscribe to them on YouTube. So
Well, Twitch costs money. You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm subscribed to all their
Well,
channels. I'm
no, I
subscribed.
swear I've listened to all their most recent podcasts, and I do remember them talking about the chips, government chips, and then like singing about it, but they didn't make a song.
They made a song and he played it one time, and then he went on live to edit the song, and he played it again a second time. So they talked about that 3 times. And
I'll have to re-look into it then.
dude, that shit was fucking hilarious. One of the
It's
lyrics,
funny.
because he had like the guys writing, he had his Twitch chat writing lyrics, and he said, "Rolly on my wrist, and underneath I got the chip." That shit, that those are fun.
I do kind of remember that. All right, I'll have to look into it. We'll add it to my plate of
The government
things
just
to
watched me fuck your bitch.
look at.
Hit it if you know you chipped. Yeah, I know I'm chipped. Dude,
Hey, stop singing it. I'm gonna listen myself. You know, don't
Dude,
spoil it.
that
Spoilers.
but what I thought was funny is that how accurate they were about it. Like when they first talked about the chip, like it was, it's kind of conspiratorial. But then when they actually started realistically, like, dude, that shit was gonna be done by the government. That shit's gonna be acting up all the time. You're gonna get an infection when they put it in. Some like high school dropout's gonna put it in your arm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's gonna be so many issues with it. It's gonna take like 10 years to roll out.
Yeah.
There's gonna be bugs. Like, dude, my chip keeps saying I'm speeding. I'm walking.
Yeah.
Could
I
you-
think who was it with I think it was just me and my buddies. We were making a joke. We're like, just imagine if Apple makes chips, but then like they just come out with like a newer chip every year.
Oh yeah.
But then you have to make payments on your chip too. Like they give you the
Like,
government chip.
bro, you got the
And you're making
2020
payments.
chip.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
No,
I
I
got
think
the 2021 chip.
yeah. Cody Ko and Noel Miller were talking
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
like, I got
I
the
was talking
chip
about
XL, bro.
Pretty much. And every time you like get that chip, yeah, you just want to upgrade.
Yes. It's like, oh, you got the Apple chip. Oh, I have an Android chip. Like, we
I have an
can't
Android chip. Ugh.
we can't talk.
We can't talk. You can't send me chip messages directly now.
What's funny is that my wife switched from Apple. She had an iPhone 6, and I was like, all right, it's time to upgrade. Like, it's, you can't be rolling with that shit anymore. Like, it just was falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
And
So I think what you're trying to say is she switched from Apple to Android.
yes,
It's a
And
longer story
really
about it.
fuck
Good
you,
for
bro.
you.
Fuck you.
It was just funny because at the
Why
beginning
can't I tell a story? We're telling
'cause you-
stories here. Fuck you.
It was
Fuck you.
It was listen, Linda. You were like about to say it. You were like, yeah. So she switched from Apple to. Well, she had an iPhone 6, so you just like almost did it, and then you just went back and you're like, wait, let me tell you the
I thought it'd
story
be a more
first.
interesting story. Fuck you, bro.
I know.
But yes,
I know. I'm fucking with
long
you.
story
It was
short,
funny
she
though.
fucking switched to Android, and
Nice.
she's not super tech savvy or anything like that, but she ended
That's
up.
why I don't switch.
That's why you don't have what? Oh,
That's why I don't switch.
what I was gonna say is that she's like, oh yeah, it's fine. Everything, this is pretty easy. It's not difficult to understand this shit. She said the only thing that she liked it. She said the only thing I don't like is She said Snapchat looks like shit, even though she has a better camera than her iPhone. She's like, but it still
Yeah.
looks like ass. But I'm like,
Hmm.
how often do you use Snapchat? She's like, that's a good point. I don't use Snapchat for shit. Uh, and then she said she misses iMessage.
That's like the number one thing.
That's like the
That's
number one thing
I
that
was
everyone's
just
like,
talking to Briggs about that too. They're like, yeah, but iMessage though,
yeah.
bro. And there's a point to that though. You
I
know,
mean, sort
iMessage,
of,
they got that shit on lock.
yeah, I
And
understand it, but
I
like
just love the simplicity. I stick with my iPhone, you
I'm
know,
on an
but
iPhone
like
guy.
only iPhone. I'm not gonna, I came close to getting a Mac, but then I was like, I don't need a Mac. Somebody was even talking about that. They're like, yeah, I'm sad I sold my Mac because I miss getting text messages on my laptop. I thought that was cool. And I looked at him, I was like, why does that matter? Because when you're on your laptop, I guarantee your phone is right fucking here,
Yeah.
right there. So it's not like
Oh shit, that's a cool
it,
fucking. That's a cool sticker, bro.
I got it from Japan,
That's pretty sick.
like in Japan, dude. It was dope. But yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, that's not even a cool feature because everybody has their phone on them like 24/7 now. You're
That's like
not gonna
why I
be
never
on your
got like.
laptop and not around your phone.
That's why I never got like a smartwatch. Because
Yeah,
it's like they're like, oh, you
I
can
got one
control.
because it was Black Friday. It was on
You can
sale.
control your music and you can see your text messages. I'm like, but you could also, like, doing this is a
Pull out
little,
your
it's
phone.
tiny less convenient than doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I don't have an Apple Watch. I have like a Garmin, which is like it's like an outdoorsy
See, like that's the
smartwatch.
only reason I would want a smartwatch is like fitness tracking. That's really it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what mine really does. And I can read messages, but I can't send them on my phone. Like it's
Mm.
not as huge. It doesn't do as much as the Apple Watch, but it does exactly what I need it to do. It tells me the time. It has like that GPS tracking, so like when I'm running and like hiking is like the sole purpose of that one is for like outdoorsy hiking, camping shit. And then it also show me the messages, which is kind of cool. I do like that, like when I'm driving, because then I'm like, oh, I got a message. I just go like that, quick glance, keep driving. I like that, and it's way cheaper. It's like a third of the price of an Apple Watch, and that's why I was like, I'll get this smartwatch because it does exactly what I need. But again, that's
Mm-hmm.
also why I just stick with Apple. One, my family has it, so it's really easy to. I'm on a family share plan, so it's way easier just to, Apple makes it so easy when you have Apple products. They just make you pay a shit ton for it. And
Yeah,
then I use my phone
but
for
I don't.
very little things that if I did a lot of cool if I wanted to do a lot of cool shit on my phone, I would get an Android. But it's like, dude, I message people, I look at memes on Facebook, uh, I'll go on Netflix and I'll watch shows occasionally
See,
on
that's
my
the thing is
phone
like
at work.
I could totally switch to an iPhone. Like I could see myself switching. I don't really do anything special on my phone.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I
why I
could
stick with it.
I
It's
could switch to an
simplicity.
iPhone and have no issue with it. But Android's
Hmm.
pretty simplistic too. It's just
Yeah, I know
it
that.
gives you the freedom to do more complicated things, but it's pretty simple. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, my wife switched to
but
it no problem. But what I
yeah,
could never do is get an Apple computer. I would fucking
yeah. That's what I said. Like I
they could.
came close to getting a Mac, but then I was like, no, I'd be very limited. And that, yeah, exactly. Like the PC is where that difference is
Yeah, exactly.
with
It's like
Apple and
you
other
can
products.
like I have a problem. Like I have a problem. I don't really have that many problems with their software aside from the fact that you can't play games on it. The hardware is where I have issues. Is like they give you the worst hardware for so much goddamn money.
So much money, dude. If I
So
was to
much
get a
goddamn
Mac,
money.
it'd be over double the cost of the laptop I got. Macs are like
Mhm.
$2,000. I got this laptop for under $1,000, and I can
And it
game on it. And I
outperforms
can,
the shit out of the Mac Pro.
yeah, yeah.
Outperforms the shit out of it.
It,
And doesn't have those
it's
stupid ass
ridiculous.
butterfly switches, so it probably has a pretty decent keyboard on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
I
they
was a
do that just because those Apple users are like they swear by their shit, and so they're willing to pay that money,
brand loyalty,
basically.
bro.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So good, good
I
for
heard some
you,
people really
Apple.
like the Apple software, which is cool. Whatever. I heard some people don't like the complete. They think Windows is too complex. Windows is pretty fucking easy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Windows is
yeah. There's it's again what you said with like Android. It's very simple, but Windows gives you the freedom to do
do
more.
way more complicated shit.
Apple does not do that. They're like, look how simple that is. And you're like, all right, that's cool, but I also want to do this. And they're like, no, you can't do that. We said it's simple and it's going to stay that way.
Yeah,
Don't.
it
And you
becomes
can't. You're really restricted. But
significantly
Windows
more
is like,
complicated to
here's
try to
it.
do
Yeah.
anything.
Windows, nice and simple. But if you want to do more,
Or I don't know,
they
play a
open that
video
door
game.
for you.
If you want to play a
Play a
video game,
video game.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You got to look for certain video games that are like, oh, yeah, you can play it on a Mac. And it's, yeah, that's
yeah, pretty
limited.
much 100% compatibility with all like computer games on PC. Even like it's kind of and like I said again, the hardware is so overpriced for something that's not that good. Like a couple generations ago, a lot of MacBooks were overheating because
Hmm.
they didn't
Oh, I do
because
remember
they had a
about that.
really powerful processor in it, which was good, but they wanted it to be quiet because Macs are supposed to be elegant, so they weren't getting proper cooling, so they were overheating.
Yeah,
It's like, damn, bro,
yeah,
Apple. Yeah, it's really I can't stand Apple computers.
yeah.
Like,
That is another big thing is the aesthetic side too.
yeah,
I
I mean
forgot
they
about
look
that.
clean, but like,
They do look really cool, but it's like some people are like
another thing is like
purely love it because of the aesthetics of like
I build my computers. I'm gonna build another one soon, but it's like
yeah.
I can it feels like it's similar feeling. I was just listening to Joe Rogan talk about this. He's like it's a similar feeling to like because he used to build computers when he was a teenager, which I didn't know he was a huge nerd when he was a teenager.
Yeah. It's
He,
like working on a car.
it's like working on a car. It's like
Yeah.
you're changing out these parts,
That's like
get it to
it's
run.
that's
You're like,
kind of what I thought about. I
yeah,
was
I
like, I
did
bet
that
you it's
shit.
like working on a car.
It feels like working on
That's
a
cool.
car. It's like
Hey,
that you're tinkering with things, getting them to work, and you're just like, I got it. I
yeah.
built this is mine. I built it. I replaced
Yeah.
this part that broke. I did this. I fixed this problem.
Yeah.
It's some
It's fun to do that. I know I can take apart a remote control and I can almost put it back together. Bad joke from the song
yes
Handlebars.
handlebars.
But I actually did like mod one of my Xbox controllers with my friend's Xbox Elite controller that he broke. He's like, okay, well the RB is like broken on it, but I was like, I want your sticks and your D-pad, and so I took apart both of my controller and his old one, and then I took parts from his, put it together, and it was like
Yeah,
super fun. Like,
yeah,
yeah, like you said, tinkering and shit. Like
yeah. I
taking
built.
something apart, changing it up, putting it back together, and now it looks all cool.
Yeah, I've built
It's
multiple
fun.
GameCube controllers because I played Smash Bros Melee, so like I burn through game controllers like a motherfucker. So I
Yeah,
build I for a hobby I collect and fucking Frankenstein GameCube controllers together with parts from eBay, Amazon, and things I can find, and
yeah,
and it's fun. I gift it to people too that I know that play Melee or play GameCube games. I give them modded GameCube controllers and they love it. It's the tinkering aspect is something that's really awesome about computers, PCs
yeah,
specifically. And one thing that is really really cool, but really like a more of a power user kind of thing, if you really like Mac or like the Apple OS, whatever the fuck it's called, Mac OS, the
yeah. Mac, yeah,
yeah, if you like that, you can install that on your PC, and it's called Hackintosh.
that is right. Yeah,
So you could build
you just
a
turn your PC into a Mac.
you can
just
turn your
make
PC into
PC.
Mac, and it's so much cheaper. But it's kind of a finicky thing that I know some people say it works really well, but uh,
I
I've
also
looked.
think it's harder to get like updates or something. I think that's what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
and
to
then like
update
certain
it.
it's user it is it's an open source project made by the users, so like it's not being updated by Apple, it's being updated by the users. So it's
Yeah,
one of those things.
it's still pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm. If
Work in
like for people
progress.
people that like it's a continuously working progress. It's like as Macs update, so does Hackintosh updates. They're just a little bit behind. But that's cool because
Yeah.
you can build a computer for way fucking cheaper that
Yeah.
outperforms most Macs. And
If you, as cool as you make it sound, people are. It's gonna be hard to sway
oh
those
yeah,
diehards.
those diehards. But there are
You
people
know,
there are diehard Hackintosh users, people who really like
that's pretty
Hackintosh.
cool.
And then
Yeah.
I know one person who likes working in the Apple environment, but plays PC games. You know, like using a PC for playing games, which is really weird. Like it's weird to me, but I guess some people just like the Apple environment. So
I can kind of see that though.
he has a
Apple on the work side, PC on the fun side.
he has a dual boot system. So when you turn your computer on, it says, "Do you want to run Windows or do you want to run Hackintosh?" And I was like, "That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fucking
actually kind
tight."
of dope.
You can dual
Damn.
booting is kind of hard though. I'll be real. I dual booted for a while. I dual booted Windows and Linux because I was trying to learn Linux, and Linux is fucking hard, bro.
I have no idea what that is.
Linux is the third option when it comes to operating systems on PCs, and it's all open.
Sounds like it doesn't matter
No,
because I've never
it's
heard of
really
it.
popular with like the more hardcore users. But again, gaming on it isn't the best. It's
Yeah.
more for like
You know,
people
I
that
feel
like
like I've heard
coding.
that name, but it doesn't.
Android, the operating system on Androids is a version of Linux. So like,
Oh, well, good for them.
so it's more. But yeah, Linux is a fucking bitch and a half to work with.
Yeah, so you tried to learn it. Is it just too much, or is it like you
It
already knew PC, like it didn't
I already knew
benefit
PC
you
too
in
well.
any way?
Well, because like I work in a Linux environment. So I was like, oh, you know how cool it'd be if I had Linux on my computer? And I was like, this was a mistake.
Okay.
Linux for work.
This is a mistake.
Linux for work, PC for play. Linux for work,
Yeah.
Windows for play. I was like, oh, this was a mistake. Because yeah,
Uh,
I work in
we
Linux.
definitely have a dated version of Windows at work.
We have a super dated version of Linux.
I think we got like Windows
Old school version of Linux,
7
dude.
or something. Really?
Yeah, we have a super old school version of Linux. They do
I
not
think we're
have
supposed to upgrade to Windows. Was Windows 10?
Windows 10.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to upgrade to Windows 10, but we got like 7 or maybe
Windows
not even
7's
that.
good. Windows 7's really, really good. It's actually most
Sure.
people. If you
Yeah,
talk
it's still older. I don't think it's 7. I can't remember what it is.
Vista,
It might be
95,
Vista. It's not
2000.
95.
Dude,
It used to be 95, and I
so
think we upgraded to Vista.
what's funny is that if you ask people like what their favorite version of Windows is, like it power like more old school users, most people will say Windows 95 or Windows 7, and Windows 10 has too much bloatware and too much obvious spy software. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, spying for advertising, not for the government.
Yeah.
A lot of bloatware. Like Cortana is so annoying. I fucking hate that bitch.
Uh,
But like
don't get me
I deleted Cortana and my computer was just like glitchy after that. It just had a lot of issues
yeah,
after I
you told me
deleted
about
Cortana.
that. Like,
Uh,
they'd
yeah,
fuck your shit up if you
yeah,
get rid of Cortana.
I got rid of her and she was not fun. The Windows was not fun after that. But do you remember
So
Windows
don't do
8?
that.
You had Windows 8. Windows 8 was so trash that
I was gonna say I remember it for like the shortest time.
it was so trash that when we got Windows 10, people were just happy to not have Windows 8.
Oh, thank God. Windows 10 ain't bad though.
It's not bad, but I
It's
miss Windows 7. But a lot of stuff,
yeah.
I know somebody who still runs Windows 7. He's like, a lot of stuff is not compatible with Windows 7 anymore. He's like, it's kind of rough. He's like, just better stick
Yeah.
with 10 and do your
That's too
best to
bad.
uninstall all the bloatware, all the bullshit. Man, we went into
Yeah.
real hardcore game like nerd mode at the last like.
We did. Were we inspired by Tiny Meat Gang when you weren't kidding when you said they just like they go from UFC fighting to talking about code, and then when they were talking about code, I was like, I didn't know either of them were as nerdy, had that background.
So
I just
I knew Cody had that background, and I knew
I didn't because Cody, I when I found him it was Vine.
but
So
he's talked about it before, being a software developer for
okay.
full screen, and but Noel, I had
It was
no
still
fucking
wild to
idea.
me.
I had no idea
Yeah,
Noel. I knew he was like big on. He was a nerd because he was like big on Counter Strike a long time ago, and like
yeah.
we got into esports like when he was young. But I had no idea this dude was like a
It's
software
because I've
developer.
like recently gotten back into Cody. I didn't like I just saw his vines, and then I've been I haven't been big on like watching his YouTube videos till more recently. I've subscribed to him for a long time, but I haven't really watched his stuff. And then but it kind of, I don't want to say it bummed me out, but it was just kind of funny me when I was like listening to it. I was like, oh, they kind of have a little nerdy background. That's why like they can do this YouTube and this podcast and this shit with ease. And the reason why I say like kind of bummed me out because I'd like kind of pictured Cody Ko and Noah Miller more a little bit like us, just kind of like, let's do it. Let's just try this and then we'll learn as we go and we'll figure it out. But then I'm like, oh no, they have some background with this shit. It's
I mean,
easier for them to come. I was like, damn, okay, I'm gonna have to learn a lot more to
it's
get
not
to
like
their
you
level.
need coding to like know how to edit a video or script a skit. Like,
Yeah, but I just mean they have more like tech experience,
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
And
wasn't.
it
I
didn't bum me out, but I was just like, damn, I thought they were just literally like
some
more,
dudes.
I guess, like normal, a little bit more like us, where it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I use PC. Well, for me, I know you're a little more tech savvy than me. I just kind of like
A
thought they
little bit.
were a little bit more on my level, and I'm like, no, they were way above me to start, and they're way above me now, so I need to learn. It was just kind of
Basically,
funny.
how I became real. I've told this story a few times. I don't know if I've told you this. How I got into PCs and got more like techie was two things happened in like a course of a year. Um, my uncle modded my PSP for me and pirated a bunch of games, and I was like,
Oh,
"You
you're
can,
like, I want to learn
you
that
can
shit.
do that?" And then like he lived in California, and so he visited. He did it for me, and then I went back to tech. I went back to Washington. I'm like, how the fuck do I do this? So I got on YouTube and got really into like the PSP modding scene, and then I learned like I started following software development, emulation. I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And then the second thing, same year, I got really into Call of Duty World at War Zombies, and I would see videos of custom maps, and I was like, how
Oh yeah, that's why you've been
how do you?
selling me on that shit
I was
too.
like, how do you do that? I was like 10 years old. I don't remember how old I was, but I was like, how the
You're
fuck?
probably
Yeah, I
13.
was like, how the fuck do you do that? And I found out you
Jesus.
can only do it on PC. And so I installed World at War on my family's like piece of shit computer, and I was getting like 10 FPS on the lowest settings. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
oh
doing
God.
it.
I'm doing it.
But
Look at this.
the thing that really upset why I got really into, because I was pissed it didn't have keyboard and mouse support. I mean, it didn't have controller support. It was only keyboard and mouse. And I was like, this is lame. Only losers use keyboard and mouse to play first-person shooters. And I was like, you got to use a controller. So I had to fucking download a software that let me map my PS3 controller to a keyboard and mouse. And I just start that software up every time I wanted to play World of War. And I got so fucking tired of it that I just learned how to play keyboard and mouse. And I was like, oh, why did I ever think controller was better for this shit? I was like, oh my god, keyboard and
That's
mouse is
funny.
so much better. And that's how I got, and like learning how to mod Call of Duty, learning how to pirate games, learning how to pirate movies. It got me super into tech. And then that was it. I was stuck forever. And I gave my family
Cool.
computer AIDS. Yeah.
For me, I'd be like, that's really cool. How do you do that? Oh, that looks like a lot. I'm gonna go play baseball now. And, well, also because our family computer was a piece of shit that I also barely got to use. I don't know, just yeah, growing up, I don't know, I just never got into it. I was so deeply involved in sports
We had a family
as a
computer,
kid.
but like no one ever wanted to use it unless they had to use it. I was the only one that was like religiously on it.
Yeah,
Because
With
like,
my family computer, it was in my parents' room, and it was a piece of shit. We never got good computers until a while later. You know.
we didn't. My family never had a good computer. I ever, ever. I eventually got my own computer for Christmas. It was like a
Mm.
$200 piece of shit computer, but it was better than the piece of shit computer that we had. And what's funny is that I talk
With
about,
those giant fucking monitors too.
yeah.
I remember that. We had to get a big ass desk just to put that fucking
Do you
monitor
still
screen
have
on
that thing?
there. No. Why, you want it?
Fuck yeah, dude! A CRT monitor is so expensive.
Yeah, dude. We might,
You
honestly. I
remember my?
could check. I
You've
could
seen my
ask
big
my
ass
mom.
CRT behind me. Oh my! Actually, I have a small
Why do
CRT.
you like those CRTs?
Uh, they're lag free for
Oh,
analog.
that's pretty
For analog video, they're lag free.
okay.
They
I
have
can see
no
that. That's
frame
cool.
limit. Um, yeah, but they have issues. Obviously, there's
Have you ever gotten to take apart a monitor and actually see the CRT and
oh no,
stuff?
that's hella dangerous. That will like kill you, bro, if you
Yeah,
fuck
I
with
know.
that.
I had to do that for my schooling because
Oh,
part of
okay. Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah,
electrician,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta
Okay, yeah, that's terrifying.
fix
I've never
that
done that.
shit.
I've seen the
But
inside of it, but
I got to actually like see them. They're fucking huge. That's why those things are so big and heavy. It's literally the whole CRT is just ginormous, but it is a giant tube, just like they say it is, and then it expands out into the screen. But it is really cool. And what's really fun though is blowing that shit up. They explode when you break that shit. Big old pop.
Oh yeah.
So that's also why when like you break a monitor for an old CRT, it
Mm-hmm.
makes a loud ass popping noise because that thing's just like exploding, and it's
Yeah.
just fun to
So
destroy things.
I have like a 32-inch CRT, which is fucking huge. That thing is it's like 90 pounds.
Oh
I
yeah.
need someone to
Oh
help
my
me
God.
lift it. I can't. I've lifted it by myself before, but I really just need someone to help me. And then I have that.
Liam will remember we had a CRT that was my grandpa's, and I want to say it was like a 50-inch or at least a 42.
Dude, you remember
It was
Lucas's?
massive, and I remember trying to carry that shit when we got it from my grandpa to my place, and when we left my grandpa's, there weren't stairs that we had to use to carry that shit out, but there's stairs at my house, and that was a bitch and a half. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
So I
thinking
like
back.
CRT monitors for the most part don't look that clean, but for competitive
No, I
for
don't.
so like if you're playing old, I have a lot of old school
If you're
consoles.
playing old school stuff, I could see why the quality it wouldn't matter that much.
Yeah, yeah. So like when you blow it up on a when you convert the analog signal into digital for an HD TV, it
Mhm.
introduces a lot of lag, a lot of noticeable lag. Because remember, I tried to play Guitar Hero on my flat screen when I was younger. We got a new flat screen, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta play Guitar Hero!" And I was like, "I'm missing literally every single note," and it's because there was a huge amount of lag that was added. And
Okay.
and now that I play like Super Smash Bros. Melee, lag is like a big thing. So, or like Street Fighter Third Strike on the Dreamcast, lag is a big thing.
Yeah.
So I like to play. If I have an older console that I play it on my CRT. That's basically it.
Okay.
So like
Fair enough.
if you still have that fucking CRT monitor, bro,
I
I'll take it off
doubt
your
we
hands.
do,
I will
but
take it off your hands.
I'll I'll peep the scene when I can, if
My
I
wife
can.
got
You're just gonna have to remind me. I am going to 100% forget that you asked about that.
yeah.
So you just gotta remind me when we're like both back at home
My
or whatever, and I can check.
my wife wanted to
So
move my 32-inch CRT at one point, and she's like, I can't fucking do this. This is impossible.
I can't fucking do this.
And then
They're so fucking heavy, man.
I got that like I think it's a 12, maybe 15 inch. It's pretty small. It's like yay big. I
Yeah.
got that at a pawn shop, at a used game shop, and the guy wasn't selling it either. He just had him on the shelf playing like Dr. Mario or some shit. I'm like, how much is that? And he's like, what? I was like, how much is your CRT? And he's like, they're not for sale. I was like, are you sure? He's like, why do you want
Are
a
you
CRT?
sure?
He had the same reaction. He's like, why the fuck do you want a CRT?
Yeah.
I play old school games and I like play old school games on a CRT. And he's like, $20. It's like fucking deal, bro. You don't know.
20 bucks.
I was
Oh,
like, that's a
dope.
fucking steal, bro. Oh my
You
god.
know what? I'll give you
But my wife was so
$21.
mad too. She was like, "Why do you want another CRT? You have a CRT." And I have a really my 32 inch is a really nice CRT, but she
That's
she's
a
like,
good size too.
yeah, it's fucking huge, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I need a big ass fucking like TV stand for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
You know, thinking about that, thank God that flat screens are a thing now
they're so
because
light.
like no, and it was like I remember TV safety was a thing because children would get crushed by the TVs because of how fucking huge they were. And if you want a big TV back in the day, you had to get those big ass CRT ones. Like I said, my grandpa's was like a 50-inch, but that thing was fucking massive. Just imagine a kid like playing with the little TV station, and then that thing falls on him. You're crushing that
Yeah, that
child.
kid's
And I
dead. That
remember
kid's dead.
that being like a big deal was like making sure your TV's secured.
Yeah, because like
Otherwise, it will kill your child. And now, if it falls on them, they're gonna bonk their head. There's those things.
it might
If
kill
it
a
falls on them,
baby, but like for a child's not gonna die.
I mean, I'm thinking of yeah.
I'm
The
thinking
kids,
like four
they're
up,
gonna cry.
they're not gonna die. They're gonna cry and they're gonna be upset, and I'm gonna be upset because I broke like
Yeah,
$1,000 TV. But they're not.
yeah. But those things back in the day, man, you could kill people with.
Oh,
It's
100%.
insane.
100%. It's like my CRT is like 90 pounds, bro. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and yours is a
32
like
inch.
mid-size one. That was like a little bit below average one.
I
Want
mean,
to say
in the
no,
90s,
that's
that was
around average.
huge.
That was
In
around
the,
average.
yeah, that's pretty big. It's pretty fucking big.
Mhm.
But like, it's small nowadays because like TVs can be fucking massive and they're light. Like
Dude, my friend bought like I think he said it was 100-inch TV. It's insane. So that thing was heavy, but it's a flat screen, but it's like 100-inch.
yeah, bro.
And I was like, why would you even do that? Just buy a projector at that point. But
Yeah, I know.
whatever.
So
He
my
got the fucking
I
big
have
ass
a
TV,
I have like a
which is dope though. Cool.
I have a 32 inch like flat screen that I have in my room, and I could like lift that shit with my one hand. It's like maybe 10 pounds,
Of
and
course, I got mine right there.
yeah, and but like my 70 my I think I have a 65 inch, uh, back home, and like that's not heavy at all. It's like maybe 20. I can lift it with two hands. Like I can't reach around. That's the problem is I can't reach around it. But if I
Yeah.
lift it from the center, I could lift it with like fucking two hands. It's not a big deal. It's super light. The problem is like I usually have someone help me because like I don't want to hit a wall or some shit.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
I can snap that thing in half.
Delicate.
It's hella fucking thin. You know.
I'd get scared of breaking it, and I actually have broken. Well, it wasn't a TV.
Yeah, I
It was a
know. We
monitor.
talked about that. That's so
Yeah,
shitty, bro.
dropping that shit.
Dude,
So
I
sad. It was a
broke
nice one too.
when I was in Europe. There was a power outage at my apartment, and I swear I had everything on surge protectors, but the power outage took out my my sound system in my living room, which hurt. It took out my modem, which fine. It wasn't. I didn't have like
Oh,
I didn't have an expensive modem, so they just came and replaced it. And then it took out my my second monitor. So now I'm running a
oh,
one monitor setup, and I'm like, dude, it didn't
why?
it didn't like break any of my wife's shit. It broke all my shit. Why did it break all my shit?
Come on, man.
Dude, it
Look
broke
at all
like
this
my
stuff.
fucking like I didn't have a super expensive sound system or like second monitor. But fuck, man, that's like $500 down the drain. Like
Yeah, that's so shitty. Gosh.
like we didn't have to pay for a new modem. They covered it. But like we had to pay for a new I still haven't bought a new sound system or a new fucking
Yeah, that's shitty, dude. Those things can be pricey. You can get them for cheap, but you kind of want to get pretty. You got to
Yeah.
pay a pretty penny for a decent one.
yeah, I definitely want a decent monitor and a decent sound system.
Yeah, for both of those, it's not cheap.
What's funny is that, like I'm kind of a sound snob for the most part, and it was a big deal
You're
for.
a snob about a lot of things,
I'm
but
kind of a
it's
snob.
okay.
I'm kind of a douche.
That's what
I'm a
makes
douchey snob. I get it, but
yeah.
I'm kind of a.
Not a bad thing. Not bad.
I'm kind of a snob, and we had a decent sound system. You know, I had it had good it had a good mix. It was pretty well balanced. There was a bit of an echo in my living room. Whatever. I'm getting off point. I was telling my wife, I was like, yeah, it's a really big deal for me to get this, like, set up the sound system because I can't stand the sound, the audio quality that's coming out of the TV. And I set it up, and she's like, I don't really notice a difference. And I was like, okay. I was like, you don't notice a difference? That's fine. That's fine. You don't gotta notice a difference. I notice a difference, and it's a big deal for me. And we were watching season Love Island, and Love Island's intro.
Okay.
I'm married, bro. Love Island's intro has this really like loud thumping bass in the beginning and like this really EDM heavy like intro.
Oh no, and that's when
And
she noticed.
No. She didn't notice. It's
Really?
one day, she's like, I was like, I'm kind of tired. Do you want to watch this in the bedroom? And she's like, yeah, sure. We got like a 40-inch in the bedroom, and she pressed play, and she's like, my fucking ears, what is that sound? And I was like, yeah, that's what the TV sounds like without a sound system. And she's like, oh, this sounds horrendous. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. It sounds pretty fucking bad, doesn't it? She's like, oh.
Yeah, I fucking told you.
And then when the power outage happened when I was in Europe, she's like, no, the sound system's out. She's like, it sounds like shit. she's like, the TV sounds like shit. I was like, she's like, you ruined my ears. She's like, you ruined this for me. No, it's just like, how fucking dare you? You ruined my ears. I was like, it happens.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to point that out. That's all.
Like, that's why. Yeah, she's a little snobby.
All the more reason to get a sound system. Then.
She's only really snobby when it comes to movies and anime, which is totally cool. She's not snobby at all when it comes to music. She became snobby with audio quality. Thank God.
Yeah.
She's upset at me that she says I ruined her when it comes to audio quality. She's like, I was totally fine with the fucking TV speakers. You had to go get our sound system, and now everything sounds like shit.
They do make a difference, though. Sound systems
fucking
do make
difference.
a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's why I love mine too. Just because, like, it is kind of funny though. It is noticeable, changing like back. I don't know.
It is completely noticeable.
And mine's just a simple like sound bar and go
Subwoofer.
bass. It's nothing crazy, but it still is like significantly better than the TV speakers.
What's funny is that mine wasn't even like mine was my computer sound system that I had set up. No, like it just ran off a preamp, and it was a pretty decent size sub, and like 4 tweeters, no mids, no fucking mids. I think the mid was inside the sub, so it still was pretty well balanced regardless. But my wife it was invisible, and like the whole thing was acrylic. I paid a pretty penny for it to be acrylic, and my wife called them the alien dildos because they just she said they looked like dildos because it was all clear acrylic. And it was just these cylinders with
that's good.
It was these cylinders with tweeters on them, and she's like, "Oh, these fucking alien dildos." And then when we lost the sound system, she's like, "I missed the alien dildos." She's like, "They sounded so good." It's like our
we never thought you'd like those alien dildos until they're gone.
Yeah, until they're gone, man. You don't know what you have until they're Yeah, and I like the way they looked. They were clear acrylic with speakers in them. They were fucking tight. And then
they look like alien dildos. Yeah, how many people could say that?
Like, my sound system looks like alien dildos.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you just asked me, have you ever seen an alien dildo before? No? Well, you want to come watch this movie at my place? You're about to find out.
Yeah.
And then they think they're going to see a movie with alien dildos in it, and then they're like, don't tell them. And then after a while, be like, where were these alien dildos you spoke of? They're like, oh, they're right there. And you just put it at the speakers, and like, oh,
you know what?
I thought I was going to see this movie.
You know what? You just reminded me of something earlier. Um,
Because of alien dildos?
Not because
Or,
of Alien Dildo's projector. As a joke, when I first
okay.
moved into my apartment, we didn't have shit. We were literally eating dinner off of a cardboard box.
Frisbee. Oh, cardboard box. Frisbee plates?
No, we
Parks and
had
Rec?
dollar store plates. Uh, we
Okay.
basically had nothing, and I joked around with my mom. She asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, a TV," you know. And they got me like a $40 projector. Like, I think it was like $100. They got it off Amazon, which is nice. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
don't think it's that cheap. Yeah.
I was really appreciative of that. And so we had a projector in our living room, and we didn't have a couch, so we had lawn chairs. Like we were sitting on lawn chairs, watching like TV off the wall, and the quality was not that good. It was a projector. We didn't have a projector screen. It was coming off the
Yeah.
drywall. So when we switched, and we could only watch shit at night, or we had to black out all the light in the entire apartment. Uh, like we had to put like blankets on the windows and shit like that. And then we finally got a TV, and it was nice. I like my TV a lot. Um, which I think I told you the story of how we got a TV later time. Uh, but now I just have a projector, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, it's just, what am I supposed to do with a projector? Like, I don't have a projector screen. I don't have a theater room.
Send it my way, dog. I'll use it. Or
I'm
don't. I don't
definitely
care.
not gonna do that because it was a Christmas present for my mom, and she
Yeah,
definitely
it's a
watches this
present for
podcast. I'm
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, do you just keep using it? I mean, my idea would be just like, well, you already got a TV in your room, but I was gonna say make the projector go onto the ceiling, so then you don't have to look up when you go to bed. You
I got a
just
ceiling fan.
lay down, and it's right there. And yeah, I was just looking. Is is it right above your
Yeah,
bed?
directly above my head.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, well, when you go to a different place and you got a projector, make sure when you're looking at it, ask them, "Hey, is this ceiling fan gonna be above the bed? If it is, get the fuck out of there,
Yeah,
because you need your projector to point up at the ceiling when you're going to bed."
that would be pretty tight. Actually, I would be cool with that.
Yeah.
Except if the fan from the projector wasn't loud as shit, because it'd be right by my head.
Well, put it like a little lower then, or something. Get like a little stand, kind of a little bit like under below the bed. I don't know. There's some stuff you could do with it. You know, you
Yeah,
can mess around.
I'm on
Think
it.
about that.
It is kind of loud. I'll be real. But yeah, I just have a
Yes.
fucking projector, and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like
But I
I'm just
always thought that would be cool to have a projector, just like lay down and you just look up at the ceiling, and you can just watch whatever you want without having to. I don't know. Depending on where
You
the
know what, dude? I don't
TV is,
even.
look
It's
up
funny because
or
like
over.
at my work, they used to have projectors for like classes, like safety classes and like video conferences with like higher ups. But like now our conference room has like two big ass TVs, like 200-inch TVs. I'm just like, god damn, the projector game, like they're dying, bro. They only got movie theaters and that's like it. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. I
because like
remember
now
when
everyone's got
projectors were a
big
big
ass
thing too.
TVs.
Yeah, because they just make TVs fucking huge now, and
Like, yeah,
it's all
just like,
inclusive. You get the quality. You get they're
and
all
like,
smart TVs.
yeah, you can buy a big ass TV for cheaper than like a decent projector and projector screen.
And guess what?
Especially
The
the ones
TV
with
comes with Netflix on it.
that
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah. So definitely, I
dude.
would never get a projector screen anyways. I'd just use drywall or a sheet.
Oh, dude, it makes a difference. It
That's
really does
really
make a
cheap.
difference.
I bet you a sheet would do fine though if you pull that straight enough. You know, so there's no
So
wrinkles.
my buddy in Texas had a projector, and he swore by it, and he used a sheet, and it looked like shit. I was like, you should just put this on the fucking wall. It's like
You
it looked like
just put
ass.
this on the fucking wall.
Yeah, he loved
Ah,
playing. He
yeah.
loved playing games on it, and then I'm a lag snob. I'm like, oh, it's too laggy for me. I can't play it. Uh, I just can't do this. I was like, do you remember my theater room when I was a kid? The
Yeah.
the rec
Of
room
course,
that I had.
that's all I've been thinking about the whole time we've been talking about
That shit
projectors.
was so tight. Except my dad had no idea what audio balance was, so like the bass would like break the fucking roof. You know,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
that shit was
And then it
so
wouldn't help we
irritating me
played
because you couldn't
games
hear
that was
anything
loud.
else. Footsteps in Call of Duty are so bass heavy. Jesus Christ. Just
Oh my,
when we were
yeah,
playing
don't
like
get me
Call of Duty
started.
split screen, it's like do 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 do. You couldn't hear
This shit was
anything.
cool though.
It was louder than
It's
the
good
fucking
theater.
gunshots. Like, oh man,
Yeah, you should hear the audio in Warzone now. It'll destroy your ears.
I heard that it's pretty fucked up too.
Anytime, it's mainly for me, it's mainly aircraft. So when you're in the plane about to drop in Warzone, you can never hear your team. So
Yeah,
somebody's gonna ask, "Where are we dropping?" But you never hear that. So then everybody just fucking drops. And you're like, "Oh wait, shit! I guess
yeah,
we're going." And then whenever you can call in like an airstrike, and it destroys my ears whenever there's an airstrike around me in that game, and I just get mad. And then it's also always followed up by everybody complaining about it too, where it's like an airstrike goes over and you're like, "Oh my god, the fucking ears! I can't fucking hear anything." And it's like 30 seconds of that, and now you're just upset because your ears are bleeding, and then you get shot in the back because you couldn't hear shit, and then you're complaining about not hearing shit, so that you don't hear shit behind you, and you die. There's Warzone right there. That's the whole game. I just told you.
yeah. I heard people complain about the audio in Warzone. I heard it's pretty shit. Uh,
Yeah, it's pretty.
Call of Duty just
For me,
doesn't
it's
have really good
mainly
audio in
like that.
general. Uh, you
Yeah.
know, it's such a well put together game. You know, such high end. Like it's
Yeah.
AAA game, so it's like it got a lot of. But there's always so much small critiques that like other games get so much better. Uh,
True.
but what's funny is that speaking of that, one time, just fucking up your ears. I went shooting. I didn't realize how loud guns are because I've shot.
How do you not realize?
Listen, I've shot.
What?
I've shot a lot.
I didn't know guns were loud.
I've shot a lot.
I thought silencers were ridiculous.
Si-
I thought that was a stupid thing to put on a gun.
don't get me started on that debate. But
Guns aren't that loud.
anyway, guns are super loud, and I
Yeah.
kind of never really realized it because I always wear good hearing protection. And one time I went shooting, and I like went up there and I like aimed my shot and it just bing. I was like, oh, I'm not wearing hearing protection. I was like immediately
Oh, God.
realized I was like, holy fuck, I'm not wearing any hearing protection at all. It's like that was a big
Your ears
mistake,
were just
dude. I
shot.
couldn't hear shit for like
Yeah.
I couldn't hear shit for like an hour. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It was so goddamn loud. And then all I'm thinking about is in movies, like in like war movies, when they're like, they just start shoot like not even war movies, like John Wick. They're just shooting people, and they're like, he's on your right. I was like, how he can't hear you? He's deaf right now.
Hear you.
He just shot like 3 times. He can't hear you.
Well, the difference is all those people know how loud guns are, and have probably heard it.
No,
So
I
their
don't give a
ears may
fuck
be
if you.
adjusted.
I don't give a fuck if you are prepared for how loud a gun is. If you shoot a gun next to your ear, you're gonna be deaf for like a half an hour at least.
But also depends on the gun,
True, because I was
because
shooting,
a handgun, honestly, is not
but
too
like
crazy.
I was shooting like 5.56, which is not that different from 22. You know, and 22s
There's
are
still
like
a difference there, though.
that shit was so fucking loud.
You're right. Like, a rifle compared to a hair. That's what I'm thinking. Is like
Rifle
in
compared
John
to a
Wick, it's
pistol,
mostly
most like
handguns.
9 mils. 9 mils aren't that loud. You're right.
No,
9 mils,
they're not.
22s aren't that loud. Your 30-06,
But yeah,
bro. That shit would probably
but-
fucking blow an eardrum.
Those things are Yeah, those things you need hearing protection.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I love
It's
your
awesome.
30-06. You still have that thing?
I got a couple of them. I mean, they're my dad's, so now they're mine.
Mm.
The shitty thing is, I can't
Bring
use
them
them.
to
Well, I
California.
mean, I could.
There's no.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be pretty rough to bring them to California. California's got pretty strict gun laws.
Yeah.
You should bring them to
I mean,
Texas.
registered. Yeah, we'll see. I just want to go home and shoot them, honestly. At least, and like clean them and stuff.
That's the thing is, I want to buy a gun when I'm in Texas, but I can't. It'd be pretty difficult to bring it to Washington. There is a lot of stipulation. Washington, you can bring it to, but I got to make sure it's within Washington state regulations and shit like
Yeah,
that.
just keep it unregistered, bro.
Well, that's the thing is
Just kidding.
I can keep it unregistered, but taking an
I know.
unregistered weapon across state lines is a pretty big deal.
I know. That
Texas,
was a
I can
joke.
definitely unregister a weapon
That's,
all I want.
that's a huge joke. Don't do that. But
There's no issue with
yeah.
having an unregistered weapon in Texas. That's
Mm.
awesome.
When we're back, though, we're gonna have to go shooting again.
Oh, for sure.
I
I
really
want
want to get a handgun here too, just for like to protect myself. I feel safer if I had my own handgun. Plus, it's cool if I get bored and I want to go to a range, I can bring my own gun and not have to rent, you know, any handguns from them or anything like that.
I want to build an
So
AR
yeah.
and then
Oh,
wait, you froze. Hold on. What? You said something? I want to build an AR. Go.
it's like I'm not frozen.
I know you weren't frozen. I could see you breathing. You're like
I really okay. I hate that to do this, but I really have to go poo poo.
Oh, okay. Well, I love
So
to.
maybe we should
Dude, we've
yeah,
been
take a
talking for
break
like
on this.
we've been talking for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I also know that like we've just been going. And fun fact, we never hit any of our talking points. We might have to split this into two parts.
No, we're not splitting
Honestly,
this. This is going to be a 2 hour
we had like
podcast.
talking points before this, and then we just
Did not
got
talk
lost
about and
in
we talked about
conversation
sports. We did say we're going to talk about sports eventually.
for like 2 minutes. I wanted to go in depth with that more, but then it just went off, and then I didn't even realize it until like 20 minutes later. We're talking about something else. I was like, wait, we were on sports, but we barely even touched on it. But we could continue later. For now, yeah. Sorry, we missed our talking points, viewers. But I still had fun with this. We will continue another time. I love do
I love do.
2A. You messed it up, but that's fine. Cut.
Hey,
We're done.
hey. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we need more. We
Oh yeah, yeah. And no, thank you.
If
for
you
the
made it
support.
this far, I don't know. I don't see why you're not gonna like it and subscribe. Like, you don't have to. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. But like, if you made it this far, you probably at least somewhat enjoyed it. Or you fell asleep. Either way, wake the fuck up. Anyway,
Start screaming right now. Hey! Hey!
yeah, we've been pretty loud this
Get up!
podcast. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. Thank you for being on, Ducky. It's
Thank
like
you, Sugar.
4 a.m. my time because we started hella late.
So it's time for some dumpage and time for some sleepage.
All right, bro. I'll see you.
Shut those eyes.